Energy. It's an elusive thing to talk about, to grasp the meaning of it, but we all know when we're at an event and there's an energy, an electricity, something that's kind of keeping things going, keeping us inspired. And it's super important to bring it when you go to online events, when you attend virtual meetings, because without it, the whole thing falls a bit flat and we're disengaged, and then the event is not successful. So if you're involved in any way in talking to people, presenting to people, contributing at an event, you need to keep your energy really, really high. And how do you do that? Well, I'm hoping I'm going to be able to give you a few tips here. And it's something that you have to turn it on and you have to turn it off, because obviously you can't walk around all day being completely hyper and like Mr. Tumble. Nobody would like that. Everybody would go mad. And yet you can be in a really low, depressed place and you still got to bring the energy. Believe me, that happens to me a lot in my jobs. So I'm going to try and talk to you now, as I said, give you some tips about how to do it. How do you bring this elusive energy? Well, one of the things that you have to do is to warm up before you're going to be talking to the audience. It is pretty tough to come in from whatever you're doing and then just turn it on in front of a camera. And if you're at a real life event, hopefully you've had to walk through the event to get to the stage where you're going to be talking, and you can pick up a bit of the energy. When you're at home on your own, you can't. So warm up. Some things just leaping around a bit, jumping up and down, running up and down the stairs, singing, swinging your arms about. Those things can really, really help and bring up the energy. I like to channel the most energetic person I know. Think of that person, and that really helps me as well get into the mood. And you have to use your imagination a lot. Imagine what you are like when you are at your most energetic. You know, there's times when people say, oh, you're on fire tonight, you're so funny, you're so witty, you're full of energy. Try and remember the last time it was, what it felt like, you know, what the moment was like, and try and really think about that. And you can then pull that moment back into your mind at the point when you have to be energetic. And it also really helps to envisage an energetic, happy, excited audience watching you, which you're not going to see necessarily online. But if you picture that in your head, what it looks like when you see a really engaged, happy audience, when you've seen it on television or you've been at an event, again, what did it feel like? What did it sort of sound like, smell like? What were all the emotions you had at the time? And bring that back with you when you're trying to energize people. Another key thing is to speak up. Actually, when we are soft-spoken, and online we can be more because we're on our own at home, it mutes things a bit. Just the energy that you need to create to amp up and speak louder, it will actually give you a little bit of a boost. So really do that. And there are some great exercises to help you speak up and increase your volume in a sensible way. You can find those online. You can Google those. I have made videos about them as well. And the other thing is sit up, you know, or stand up. It's absolutely fine to stand up to deliver a virtual speech. Lots of people do it. It replicates what it would be like if you were in a real life event. You would be standing up probably. So feel free to do that. Move your camera around or move your laptop around so that you can do that. And it is pumping up the passion and the intention. Remember why you're talking to people. Even if you know your subject inside out, it's going to be new to a lot of those people. And again, if you can try and remember what it felt like when you first started learning it and you were interested in it, when you were thinking, oh wow, that's amazing, I never thought of that, that's really interesting. Try and remember what it was like when you first heard something. And then again, use that imagination, use that moment to fill what you're going to say with the same kind of energy. It is literally staying as focused as you can, thinking about your audience and how they're experiencing it so that you're giving them the maximum energy. And to be fair, you should give it everything you've got. You should really feel a little bit tired at the end of it all.